Well, Grace's teacher about 3 years ago highlighted some problems that Grace was having, mainly with copying from the board in school, and we had been to the opticians and to see if it was to do with her eyesight, and she'd had some glasses, but the problems were still ongoing. And in addition to that, Grace had very sensitive eyes when it came to light, and going to the dentist would make her eyes stream with water, and it was causing problems then when the teachers were using interactive whiteboards in the classroom. She was having difficulty with that part of schoolwork. She was also finding it difficult sometimes to coordinate in everyday activities. So when she was riding her bike, it would have been the norm for her to clip the pavement, you know, and things like that where you wouldn't have expected there to be a problem. And also things like falling down the stairs seemed to be a common issue as well. And then sometimes when she was reading, she wouldn't necessarily have read for pleasure, but you know, she would have used her fingers sometimes to follow the words, and occasionally there would have been words that would have been missed out. Well, we had read in the NI for Kids, there had been an article in there about the opticians here, and it seemed to, you know, it seemed to be speaking to me in a way to try and, you know, get Grace here to see could we get some answers to the problems that she was, or the difficulties that she was experiencing. So we were quite excited in a way to see what, you know, what we could find out. An ordinary eye test seems to be about reading the letters from the board, and the eye test that Grace had here was much more thorough. There were lots of different tests that the optician did to try and see how Grace's eyes were working together as well as independently, you know, from one another. And Grace did enjoy the eye test. Well, Grace has got more confidence this year when she's been, you know, since she's been on the Schoolvision programme, and her teacher commented on that in her school report, and she has become an independent reader and has read several novels this summer which ordinarily wouldn't have happened, and her eyes aren't as sensitive anymore to the light, which makes a big difference in everyday you know, activities as well as working in school.
I find schoolwork a lot easier to cope with, and I understand a lot more from the people who are asking me to do things, and I would highly recommend the Schoolvision programme.